Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to start making a text adventure using Lantern. And somewhat ironically, the best place to start is not actually Lantern, but an interactive fiction text mapping tool called Trizbort, which is available freely online. It's no longer currently in development, but it's a great tool. It's still relatively new, and it really makes it easy to make a map. Now, Trizbort you can save your map as a file, and then you can import that into your Lantern project, and all your rooms and objects will get created for you. So the easiest thing to do, the best place to start, is to open up Trizbort here and make your map there. So this is what Trizbort looks like when you open it up, and you can just click and drag out your rooms. Control R creates a new room. Let me create a bunch of rooms here. And so I'm just hitting Control R to create new rooms, and then to connect them, all I have to do is hover over them and click on the circles, and I can connect them up, however I want. And now let's throw in let's put some room descriptions on these things. Let's give these rooms some names. If I double click on a room, it'll open up, and I can add objects to that room or a description. So I'm going to call this a forest. And the description will be, this is a gloomy forest. I'm not very good at typing. That extends in all directions. I don't know, it doesn't really, and according to this map. To the east is a field. To the south is a clearing. There you go. And if we wanted to make this a dark location, like it's a cave and we need a light source, then you could check dark. And let's click OK there. So now we have a room called Forest. And what might we have in a forest? Well, let's add a scenery item. We'll put some trees in the forest. So we'll have some trees. So I'm going to add that under the Objects tab. And click OK. And now you can see we've got trees there. Now let me go down to this room, and I'll call this a clearing. And I'll click on the description tab, and I'll set its description to something like, this is a cleared area, devoid of trees. To the northeast, to the north is a forest. To the northeast is a field, something like that. Okay, so I'm telling the player where I can go. This is perfect IF writing, 1 or 2 sentences, kind of describing what's there, where can I go. Let's not put any objects in there, and then let's go to this room here, and we'll call that we'll call that a field or something, and we'll say this this is a plowed field. Plowed. Is that how you spell plowed? I thought it was P-L-O-U-G. Yeah, plowed field. Let's say, okay, there's a forest to the west and a clearing to the southwest. There we go. A gate leads east to another field. How about that? Now we haven't actually added the gate yet, but we'll do that now. And so let's see this room right here is going to be the gate between our two fields. So when you model a door is a room or an object that's positioned between two other objects. So let me call this room field as well, and I'm not going to give it a description. We don't really need to. And then I'll call this object gate, and I'll make it lowercase because that way it's not really a proper noun. And I'll say this is a rusty old gate. Old gate. Design, whatever. It's designed to keep animals, from wandering away or something like that. So let me click OK. And I don't know, how about in this field over here, I'll add an object, a tin can. Tin can. And click OK. So, something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it here. Okay, so now let's save this. Let's say save map, and I'm going to call it Trizbort demo. Save map as Trizbort. Oh, Lantern demo. Okay, so I saved it. Lantern demo. Yes. All right. Now let me. So now that I've saved this, in the next video, what I'm going to do is open this map up and you'll see what we have to do inside of Lantern to modify it to get it to work properly. All of our room connections will persist, all of our objects will be there, but there's going to be a little bit of setup work we have to do. Now the more work you do inside of Trizbort, the easier your job is going to be inside of Lantern. You can certainly create new objects and hook them all up, but it's a lot easier to make your map using a visual mapping tool like Trizbort than it is to kind of do it through the interface in Lantern. So there you go. In the next video, we'll bring this thing into Lantern and turn it into a little playable game.